Hi guys, hope that you're well. Welcome to your reading, Capricorn. This is for October 2018. As you may well know from the titles, answering the question, how does your partner feel about you? So I've shuffled the cards and meditated on the cards already. And the first card that we have that will be in the central placement as to how your partner feels about you is the Prince of Swords. So the Prince of Swords also equates to the Knight of Swords in regular decks. This is the Thoth deck, so it's slightly different, but essentially the same. And this would be a person who I feel is someone who's strong on their principles, but also very changeable. It's not very a committed person. And they can change with the wind. They can have a new idea and kind of go with that. They're never really attached to anything. Everything's very kind of mental. So if you can convince them, of a particular idea, or they believe very strongly in an idea, they can quite quickly change and go in a new direction according to whatever kind of inspires them or makes sense. So they're very much motivated by what they think and how they perceive things, but definitely very mental. This person I don't feel is attached, and they definitely have got their own agenda. They kind of go for what they want. The Prince of Swords has also been known as the Knight in Shining Armor because they will defend something to the hilt, because they're very much about their beliefs and very much people of principle. So your partner definitely has got a lot of his mind, or a lot on her mind or his mind, when it comes to you and the relationship. There's a lot of kind of quick thoughts that they're kind of experiencing. They could be mulling over things. They could have a lot of thoughts, a lot of things that they need to think about with regards to the relationship. And I don't think that they are wholly committed because of that. We do have the Ten of Pentacles for their subconscious, which talks about commitment. So it could be that they are actually thinking about commitment at the moment, thinking about long-term plans, thinking maybe about their values, what they really think and feel about things, and really seeing if this really makes sense for them. Another ace, we've got the Ace of Swords for the near past. So it looks like your partner made a decision recently, or gained some sort of clarity about the relationship, about you. They may have had new ideas, or you guys may have had a very significant conversation that has brought in a lot of clarity, which has now kind of put them in a point where they currently are now kind of really mulling things over and seeing whether or not this all kind of logically fits in, makes sense, syncs, like they're kind of in their head about it. So you've given them a lot to think about recently. And it looks like it's around commitment. Okay, so their intentions is the Six of Cups. So that would be, this is the Six of Cups talks about the past. It also talks about pleasure, being comfortable. It can talk about luxuries as well to me, especially in this card with there being so much gold. But I would say this person is looking for a deep connection with you. They could be thinking about children. Again, that would further confirm the Ten of Coins in their subconscious. Maybe they are thinking about the future. They are thinking about children and creating a kind of family type bond between you two. Oh, hi there, Darlene. Okay, you just walked away. So yeah, this could be, their intention, if they have walked away, that they are thinking about the past, and they are kind of, or their intentions is to kind of look back, not to look back in anger, but to look back in kind of a more positive way and think about the good times. And they definitely are thinking about all the good times and the bond that you guys had, the good parts, like the friendships, the fun that you guys had, the memories that you guys created together. That's what I think your partner will be holding on to. But at the moment, they're very logical. So they're kind of like trying to be very logical about things, being quite detached, being focused on what they feel really matters, not kind of on their feelings. Hello. Okay, so in the near future, we have got the Knight of Wands. This also equates to the King of Wands in other decks. Okay, yeah, sometimes you gotta just cut them off, right, darling? That's how it is. One door opens, so one door closes, another door opens. So, um, yes, we've got the Knight of Wands again. That equates to the King of Wands, someone who is very confident, very self-focused, often does things based on how good they think it will make them look, very much about ego. This person isn't really thinking. This person isn't a very entirely thoughtful person. They could be very clever, very intelligent, have a lot of gusto, have a lot of confidence, be very quick-witted even, but they don't really take the time to sit down and think things through. They're more thinking about kind of winning, achievement, glory. So yeah, this person in the near future will be taking very much control over their lives again, um, and kind of putting themselves at the forefront, putting themselves first. They may even be focused on their own business, on their career. They may feel that they now have an opportunity to focus on their career, on some of their long-term goals. If this is more talking to a couple that is, happily together and there's no kind of separation occurring, then I feel this person is looking to build a bond, and they will be looking to kind of take the lead. So, in the near past, they may have been kind of very thoughtful. Even currently, they're still very thoughtful, still very changeable, still got a lot of ideas about the relationship. They're not really quite settled, I think, as to how they want the relationship to look, how they want it to develop. There's still a lot they want to talk about. There's still a lot of ideas that they have, but in the near future, it looks like they are more decided and they're less thoughtful and they're more kind of going with their passions. Can I get a love card, please? Yeah, sure. I was going to say as well, Super Chat is open. So I'm more than happy to pull a card for a donation. I absolutely don't mind doing that for you guys. So if you did want a love card pulled, feel free to leave a donation. I can do that for you. Okay. So yeah, in the near future, yeah, it looks like they definitely are more decided. They're out of this confused state and they're quite focused now because they're quite positive, they're quite inspired, and they feel like they're taking the lead in the future as well. No problem. No problem at all. If you'd like to leave a donation, Asia, I'd be more than happy to pull a love card for you. A donation, I think donations start at like 99p, so it's not, or 99 cents even. So yeah, I'm happy to do that for you. Okay, so we have got the Tower card to clarify the Prince of Swords. So definitely big changes. The rug has been pulled from under this person's feet. What they believe to be true in the past, so some truth has come out in the past for this person, for your partner, which has really shaken their foundations. And that's why maybe their subconscious is very focused on foundations. Okay, I'm not too sure how this super chat works, but I'm sure there's other options if you did want to kind of go that route. Okay, Asia. Okay. So I feel this person, yeah, has had the rug pulled from under their feet. They're quite unsure and unsteady. I did sense that they were kind of changeable. They're really trying to find their own balance. They're really trying to find a new direction, I think, for themselves. They're trying to kind of build a new foundation, and they're very focused on foundations at the moment with the 10 of coins. So let's clarify the 10 of coins. We've got the 4 of swords. So to clarify the 10 of coins with the 4 of swords, this person is seeking peace. This person doesn't like not having a foundation. He doesn't like unpredictability. From what I can see, this person feels quite, I feel uncomfortable with change. And that's why they're so in their head at the moment. That's why the swords have come out. It's a really big change for them, but it looks like it was a much needed one, because whatever was occurring in the past wasn't really honest to themselves or honest to you, or maybe you have been honest to them, or maybe there was just some sort of confusion or non-clarity in the relationship, which now has been obtained, but has also kind of shifted the foundations. And this person isn't entirely comfortable with that. They're very much focused on kind of keeping the peace, having a truce here with the Four of Swords, licking their own wounds, seeking some sort of healing here, and creating, I believe, a foundation for themselves, a new kind of foundation, or seeking a foundation. I feel that they're kind of creating their own foundation, because overall what they want, I think, is a family, happy home life, stability and predictability. And that's why they're a little bit all over the place at the moment. So they're jumping, that's why they're jumping from one idea to the next. Yeah, they've got a lot going on with them. Okay, so in the near past, okay, Darlene, yeah. Honesty is the best policy, they say. So yeah, we've done the right thing, I guess. We've got the Eight of Wands here for the near past to clarify the Ace of Swords. So again, this talks about like positive thinking, being positive. It's also a Sagittarius card, which talks about the truth, honesty. So that's definitely occurred in the past. I mean, this is a really positive card. This is not in any way, sorry, the lights on it. It's not really in any way a negative card. It's like optimistic, rainbows, colors, possibilities, a very expansive card. So it looks like this truth brought in a whole new kind of world of possibilities, and really kind of possibly kind of fueled the relationship kind of to go forward or to change. But I think this person really appreciated the honesty. They really felt like, okay, finally, now I know the truth. Now I can do what I wanted to do. Now I can move forward with confidence, knowing what I now know. So the good, it looks like, I mean, I know that some of you mentioned here that there's been lying and a bit of deceit, but it looks like this person was really happy that you came out with what you needed to come out with, or that clarity was given, like a decision was made. Maybe something was cut, in the near past, and they actually feel really good because at least now they know where they're going. They kind of have a lot more clarity, and therefore feel a lot more positive. And that's why I feel that, and the Tower card then comes out, which is like a major arcana. It's a really important card. And this has brought about a significant change for this person. And they're now kind of readjusting how they're thinking about the whole situation. But a lot of thought is going on here for this person. They're definitely rethinking a lot. We've then got the Nine of Wands, which follows the Eight of Wands. But this clarifies the Six of Cups in terms of their intentions. So the Nine of Wands is someone who's very resilient, someone who doesn't give up, someone who's willing to get a few cuts and scratches to get whatever they need to get. Like, they're very determined, and they're willing to do it on their own. They believe in themselves. It's a very strong card. I mean, even in this deck, this card is called the Strength card, as you can probably see here. So for it to clarify the Six of Cups, this person may be very determined to create this bond with you. If this truth has come out, which has been good news, but has brought about a kind of shift for this person, they are now very focused on building a bond with you and going through whatever they need to go through to make this happen. So they're willing to, I feel, to make sacrifices if needed. They're willing to put themselves second, maybe, if needed, but they're determined. And that would be further clarified by the near future. We have got a very determined character here, the Knight of Wands, very passionate, very, very determined. Nothing really gets in this person's way because nothing is an obstacle for the King of Wands. It's just a bump in the road. So he will railroad over things. Nothing's an obstacle for this kind of guy. So this person has the intention to pursue, to fight, to not give up on something. Possibly not give up on themselves. It is a Wands energy here. It is quite self-focused. They may be looking to kind of recreate their foundation, but they whatever happened, they don't look back in anger. I don't feel they look back. They're trying to have a mind over matter kind of approach to it. They're not trying to get too much in their feelings and start to be resentful and mournful. It's like they kind of want to step that. They're just trying to get their head right and to stay consistent with what they want and to look back on the situation positively. Because the news that came in for them, although it shook their foundations, it was like good news. So this person is quite determined, I feel, with the 9 card as well. The 9 of Wands does represent someone going it alone to me. It's like all the 9s represent this kind of singleness, this self-centeredness a little bit, this self-focused energy, this independent energy. So for me, I would read it that with the 9 of Wands here, that they are quite determined to do something on their own. They're not waiting for anyone to give them the green light on anything. They're kind of going for what they want, and they're not going to let anything get in the way, it looks like. In terms of feelings, this person is very resilient. And like I said, I don't think they're looking back in anger. They're actually looking back very fondly, I think, on the relationship. If this person is still very committed to the relationship, then again, I just feel like they are determined to make it work. So they're very determined and they take on a lot of responsibility themselves. Like they are taking ownership of what they need to do to make it work. Because there again, there's this independence energy here. So this person does feel quite responsible, and they feel maybe, you know, if it's a guy, they feel very much like the man, like the masculine, like the person that leads the way. Okay, so then we've got the Prince of Wands. To clarify, the Knight of Wands. This person is very focused on themselves. Okay, we have got the 9 of Swords at the base of the deck. So I don't know if this is for you. We did have some Swords energy come through. And I do feel like, you know, these 2 cards here are quite stressful when put together. Because this is like about massive change, and then this person's all up in their head. It's quite a busy mental kind of energy. So I don't know if this person is an air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, and they could be kind of beating themselves up a little bit about something, finding it very difficult to figure things out at the moment. Although again, it's a number 9, they take a lot on themselves. We have also got the Hanged Man to clarify, and also the Lovers card underneath as well. More major arcanas are appearing underneath as well. So I'd say this is quite a significant kind of phase in the relationship, especially for your partner. So there is an element of sacrifice I think this person needs to make. This person is trying to gain a new perspective on the situation. There's a lot going on for them in their head. It's caused them to be quite stressed out, and they're taking a lot of the blame on themselves. It's like they are taking this kind of responsibility for the relationship working or something. Like they're internalizing it a lot, and they're very much in their head. If this is a message to you, Capricorn, then it would be for you to, you know, with the 9 of Swords here, to not try so hard to figure things out, not to blame yourself too much for what's happened, to give yourself a break, to know that there's not always answers to everything. Sometimes the truth has to be said, and there's no easy way to say it. So don't beat yourself up too much about it. Try and get out of your head. Yeah, this is like take a holiday card for me. That's how I see the Nine of Swords. It's like just take a holiday. You need to change your scenery. You need to kind of just change things, because you're like so in your head that it's actually making you ill. It can make you ill, like causing things like depression or just a stressed mind. So it's like give yourself a break. And the Hanged Man would be here to say as well that if you are being mean to yourself or you are giving yourself a hard time, to try and gain a new perspective. And that's why I say travel. Go. And this also represents the 12th house, which is often about foreign lands. So definitely, if you do get an opportunity to travel, I think it would do your mind the world of good. And maybe that's for you and your partner, that you guys kind of need to maybe stop trying so hard to make this whatever you want it to be, and instead kind of go with the flow a little bit more, have some faith as to how things would go out. In the near future, we have got the Knight of Wands clarified by the Prince of Wands. And these two cards do speak very strongly about faith, confidence, excitement about the unknown, being brave, taking a risk, not overthinking it, but instead just following your heart. And in the near future, it looks like your partner will be definitely taking that approach. Now, if you guys have broken up and this Tower card signifies a breakup and this Ace of Swords does signify a breakup, then it would seem that your partner is just taking their life into their own hands and they're kind of going out and having fun and they're not thinking about things too much. And you're being advised here to do the same. Don't overthink it. Give yourself a break. Take a holiday, meditate, somehow get your mind out of it, kind of thing. If you guys are, in a stable relationship and really your partner, this could be news about some sort of change, some sort of development in the relationship, which is just caused. It could be that someone's got a new job, someone started something new. Definitely to do with education. You could have decided that you wanted to further your studies or something like that, and or maybe your partner has, and it's just maybe really, really changed things. But really, although it may have changed things quite a lot, it's actually creating a more stronger foundation for you both, and definitely for your partner. And it looks like they're quite determined to kind of keep things going, if that's the case. If they've decided to study to build a better foundation for you in a relationship, they're quite determined and resilient to pursue that. And it may be something that they've wanted to do for a really long time. And like now they're kind of ready to put in the work to do that. This person could also be a Sagittarius that you're dealing with as well. Oh, someone's at my door, so give me a sec, guys. Hello? I'm doing a reading. Yeah, I'll come over in an hour or two. Sorry, guys. Sorry. No one's knocked on my door all day. But the moment I decide to do a reading, suddenly my buzzer starts to go. But anyway, yeah, your partner definitely in the near future feels very positive and optimistic about what could be. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards for you, if I can get it off the table. So the first card that I have for you is the intuition card, also known as the priestess or high priestess card. So you're currently being asked here to use your intuition to kind of go with the flow. Again, this is very much a card about going with the flow, listening to your intuition, not thinking about overthinking things too much, because overthinking it, you're not going to find answers. That's what the cards are saying. Overthinking a situation is not going to find you answers. Anything that will find you answers is kind of a more spiritual approach. Again, the Hanged Man talks about spirituality. There's a spiritual approach that you may need to take. That could be through meditation. It could be possibly through getting a reading from me. Shameless plug. You can email me at symbolsforliving@gmail.com. But also just about you kind of connecting to your intuition. So that's listening to yourself, having quiet moments alone, maybe going for long walks. But whatever you do, get out of your head. She's not really in her head. She's very wise, the high priestess. She is very wise, but she's not one to ignore her intuition. So yeah, definitely pay attention to that. Then we've got the Prince of Cups for the position of your subconscious. So you're very much maybe ready possibly for a new relationship if you're single, or you're very much in love at the moment with this person. You could have kind of rose-tinted goggles on, where you aren't seeing things as clearly. It's like you're just so in love and you're just so kind of optimistic about the relationship, or feeling so attached possibly to the outcome of the relationship, that you may be finding it quite hard to let go emotionally. So you could feel very involved. The Prince of Cups is also someone that comes in and saves the day as well in terms of relationships. So you could be trying to make the relationship into something, like subconsciously. And like I've said with the High Priestess card here, it's like you have to kind of go with the flow. You have to follow your intuition on this one. You may want it to go in a particular direction, but I feel that you're being asked here to follow your intuition. Okay, so then we've got the Ace of Wands. So that's to clarify, not so much to clarify, but your position in the near past. You had the Ace of Wands. So feeling very excited about some new beginning. So there's definitely a new beginning in the near past. You could have been very focused on yourself. Like you may have wanted this to go in, a particular way, for your kind of own interest, because you were excited about something. It's also about trying new things. So you may have had a new idea. Something really exciting happened in the near past, like something new, something brand new, something exciting, something that was inspiring, and it made your partner feel inspired too. I'm feeling like possibly there could have been like a baby. I just got that. Possibly there was like a new pregnancy or something like that in the near past. But definitely new ideas, which has kind of put the relationship in a whole new direction. And there is this focus on self, passion, possibly lust as well. Those energies are here. But a lot of fast movement happened in the past. Like it's very fast, very exciting. Lots of conversations possibly were had. Maybe a lot of messages were sent back and forth in the past. You lot had a really good kind of communication between you. And something new possibly was blossoming. Things seemed really positive. It could, yeah. Yeah. There's definitely a lot of newness. New ideas came in, and it's left this person now rethinking everything, you know. Mm. Okay, so then we've got the Aeon card, which is also the Judgment card for your intentions. So again, this talks about truth, honesty, letting things out that maybe you've kept hidden for a long time. And that could be what your intentions are. So your intentions are to just kind of lay things bare, be really honest. The Aeon card is also about a change of an era. So you could be looking to kind of do things completely differently now. Now that everything's out in the open and we've had the Tower card moment and everything's broken down, it's actually given a lot of fertile room. What is this? Anyway, sorry. It's actually given a lot of fertile ground, let's say, for something really new to happen for the both of you. This is a big change for both of you. So whether or not you guys are sticking together or you guys have broken up with this Tower card, the Tower card could be either one, without it being an actual private reading. It's very tricky to commit to one storyline. It could be read in so many different ways, but I do feel like it's a change for both of you. If this truth has come out, it's freed you both in a way. Because the Eight of Wands is very much about freedom. And then we see him here or her in the near future being very free with this very fiery energy, and Nine of Wands and being very on their own. And, there's an element of freedom here that's happening. This news that has come in has actually just really opened up, opened you both up to many more possibilities. And it's actually a very positive change. Even though your partner may be kind of out of sorts at the moment, maybe still finding their feet at the moment in this new situation, they are, definitely in the near future going to be very excited about it, and they're very determined. You are very welcoming of this change. I feel like it makes you feel lighter. It makes you feel more free. You intend to really kind of totally take this with both hands, I feel, and really kind of bask in that honesty, in that openness. Um, yeah, and just I think your intention is to just keep remain honest and just to keep being honest and to be brave enough to be honest and to like let it all out rather than keeping it in. Yeah, and it's like you're putting yourself first in a way as well here. You're putting yourself first. Okay. So we've got the Emperor card in the near future for you. So the Emperor card is very much like the Knight of Wands. There's three very fiery um, cards here. I'll just show you what I'm seeing. So we've got these two cards, and then we've got this card. So these two cards are for your partner, and this would be what you need to know. So yeah, it looks like there's a lot of independence here. People doing things for themselves. Maybe that's what's happened. You guys have decided that you guys maybe need to focus more on yourselves as individuals in the relationship. Maybe that's what's brought in so much happiness. It's like, yeah, like I'm free to kind of be exactly who I want to be, and my partner still accepts me and loves me, and it's all still fine. Maybe it's that kind of situation. That's why you feel so good. Your partner, if this is the case and you guys are very happy together, your partner feels very bonded to you. And if they feel very close to you, they feel like you're even more than just a partner, like you're a soulmate, with the Six of Cups. It's often been referred to as a soulmate. So they feel, I think, you know, it's actually going to make you guys become closer together. And it's like you two guys end up on very similar pages where your partner is, excited about the new change, confident, taking their life into their own hands, being the master of their destiny and being excited about it. And then we've got you here as the emperor, who again is kind of maybe not making many changes in your life, but being a lot more confident in who you are and being a lot more sure of your direction and just being very strong and very confident. The Emperor card also relates to Capricorn. because this is the businessman, this is the family man, this is the father, and Capricorn is also corresponds to those things. So you're very much in your element towards the end of October. You're feeling very self-assured, very confident of where you're going, a lot of self-love as well, self-appreciation. It's like you kind of know yourself a lot better. And that would make complete sense, because if you are being more honest with yourself, this major change here, if you being more honest and more open and lifting off of those shackles and those burdens of self-doubt or hidden thoughts and feelings that you're not saying, this really frees you up, and you do start to feel a lot more secure within yourself and a lot more in your element and sure of where you're going. So it's really, really great. It's a really nice reading. So, Spirit's advice here. Good morning. Hey, JC. Okay, so this is probably just a warning card that your minds are going to be really busy with the changes. And I think Spirit is saying, especially with all these major arcanas, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 major arcanas and 2 aces. I would say it's quite significant, and there's a lot of changes happening. And usually when there's like major arcanas, there's so many, it's kind of like, it's almost like karmic, but not in a negative way. It's like changes that are going to come about anyway. There's nothing that you could really have done to have these changes not come about. And you're better off going with the flow, because there's going to be very big lessons and growth spurts as you move through these energies. If you try to control it, if you try to think about it too much, you'll probably find yourself becoming frustrated, and it may not be as much of an enjoyable time. And the hangman is saying you're going to have to accept that you do not, this person's hands and feet are tied. There's nothing that this person can do, and it's another major arcana. You have to go with the flow. If it's getting too much, you have to kind of take yourself out of it and just kind of let go completely of the situation. Like, take a holiday from the situation if it starts to become too stressful. If the changes are too stressful, don't internalize it, don't make it your fault. Instead, try and be open, try and express how you feel to your partner. If you can't be honest with them, I guess get a journal, be honest with yourself, but don't fight yourself over it. Don't fight in your mind kind of thing over it. Okay, I hope that was clear. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards, as I usually do, from the Amira Love Oracle deck. Thank you guys for watching this far. I appreciate it. I'm going to try not to be much longer. It's like 40 minutes. I swear I ramble on and ramble on. It's for Capricorn, October 2018. Relationships. Okay, so we've got fair male here as spiritual advice. This to me has always been an air sign card. Very much relates to the Prince of Swords to me. It is a very airy card. So I feel that Spirit's advice is to have a light, clear mind, as you can see here, with the clouds in the background. And he's very clear, he's very focused. His eyes are even clear blue. His skin's very fair. It's very light feeling. So I think Spirit's advice, again, is just to kind of have a very light approach mentally when it comes to this, and not to get too bogged down with the details, but instead focus on the long-term goals rather than sweating the small stuff, as they say. And then we've got gifts. This is the obstacle. Interesting. So the obstacle that you guys are facing is gifts. So maybe what this is like we said, it was quite confusing because you've got some really good news, but it's causing the Tower card. So maybe this good thing that's happened, whether it be an opportunity to study, travel, have a new job, baby, whatever it is, moving in together, whatever the good news is that you guys have kind of agreed that is the right thing to do, you guys are passionate about it. Maybe it is the breakup. This gift that has come in has actually caused things to really shake, in your world, in your partner's world, especially. And that's what the obstacle is. But it's actually a gift. So don't think about it too much. If you do put too much thought into it, it's going to just make it harder for you, you know? Okay, so then we've got the young female, which is what brings you together. So we've got a lovely red-headed fiery lady here. We did see that you here at the end, with all these fire energies that you guys are both sharing. So it's this fire, young female energy. So we'll just take the fiery part first. So there's definitely a confidence that and a passion, for life that you guys are both, embracing and both sharing at the moment. Um, this youthful energy as well, this kind of carefree energy you guys are both, sharing. And again, this female for me represents fertility, and abundance. So I feel that, what's bringing you together is this really positive new kind of life. I feel that may be on the horizon for you guys. That the Tower card actually has given you an opportunity to kind of redo things in your life, maybe together as a couple or apart. Okay, so you are learning about a true gem. This is your lesson position. So you could be learning about seeing the value in yourself, seeing the value in, structure. That's just come up out of nowhere, but seeing the value in structure, rules, and doing things the right way. So you definitely are, learning to see the value, I feel, in the gift that you guys have, possibly as well. Okay. Hi, Kimberly. Hello. Okay. So we've also got the mature man for how what your partner is experiencing or the lessons that they're learning. And I do feel like there is a maturity here for them because you've got the Prince of Wands, you've got the Prince of Swords, and then we've got like the King of Wands, which is definitely a maturity. The Nine of Wands as well talks about resilience and maturity. We've got the Ten of Coins for their position of their subconscious, being more serious about laying foundations. So I feel this person is maturing from a boy to a man in a lot of respects, taking more responsibility, taking ownership, like I said, of their responsibility in the relationship or the situation. Okay, so then we've got past love. So you see them as possibly a past love. So this could be a breakup, and you could be seeing them as like a past love, or if you guys are together, then you maybe see this person possibly as, I feel like you see the relationship as changing, because we've got two hearts here. Again, it's symbolic, again, similar to the Tower card, where there's like a breakdown of foundation, but then the real thing is underneath. And it could be your self-love. You're kind of recognizing your own self-love throughout this as well, or loving yourself more, knowing that that's really where real love lies. It's actually within yourself. But you do see them as maybe definitely different to how they were. And you may, in a way, kind of miss how things were. Maybe it was nice when you guys, just used to, not be so ambitious, and you guys kind of just happily went to work, came back, and chilled on the sofa. I don't know, whatever you do. And that's kind of changing now. The relationship definitely is changing because there's new ideas that have come in, and new opportunities that have come in that you guys seem to want to take. Whether that be breaking up, traveling, new job, studying, whatever it is. I can't really say for sure. But yeah, it looks like you may be kind of a bit sentimental about the past. Oh, what can you see on Taurus about my partner? Can I see him? Thank you. I think I've done the Taurus video, actually, JC. So definitely take a look at that. But yeah, if you'd like me to pull a card, as I said, you can always leave me a little tip in the super chat, and I'd be more than happy to pull a card for you and see what happens. Okay, so then we've got the work card for how they see you. So they see you as a mature, very focused individual. This is definitely a Capricorn energy. This definitely screams a Capricorn woman, right? Sorry, this light is way too bright. But yeah, that definitely says to me Capricorn woman. She's businesslike, she's got her hair tied back, she's got dark hair, which is often kind of associated with earth signs. So I think they just see you for who you really are, very ambitious, you have very high standards, and yeah, you know where you're going, and you say things how they are. You're quite self-disciplined as well, or at least respect discipline. Okay. And I think they like that about you. Okay, so then we have got soulmates. Okay, under the deck. So Spirit is also saying that this is a soulmate union, which means that you have been brought into each other's lives for a reason. It's not a mistake at all. But then there are never any coincidences anyway. So but I think it's just this card is just saying that you guys have come into each other's lives to learn certain lessons, and you have to be mindful of that. So don't get too caught up in the mental and overthinking it, and instead look at the lessons that are presented to you as best you can, and try to grow from them to make you a more kind of whole and happier individual, possibly even within the relationship. So I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and then I'll let you guys go. It's been almost an hour. Okay, Capricorn, October, relationships. Okay, so the card that's come out is All That Glitters. This card comes up like at least like every month. You can see that. Sorry, this light. Maybe I should put it down a bit. Yeah. But yeah, All That Glitters is not gold. That's what they say. I'm gonna just pull straight from the top. Then we've got Go the Distance. And then we've got Loyal Heart. Yeah. And then we've got Yang. So the Yang card is all about the fire signs, all about the masculine energies. Could even be about the swords energies too. But it's definitely very straightforward, very truthful, sometimes even innocent, in the just pure honesty kind of energy. But this is also about taking, destiny literally in this person's hands, as you can see here. There's like 2 hands, and the passion and the fire and the life is all within this person's grasp, within this person's hands. So it's a reminder as well that you are the creator of your own destiny. And I think for this month, you will need to, although I have said go with the flow, there's still a certain amount of passion that's needed and direction that you'll need to give this situation. Or it could just be about you putting yourself first. Again, this reiterates the Ace of Wands as well. They're both number ones and they're both fire elements. So I feel that for you, there is a certain amount of focus on self that's required. Self-love, self-appreciation. Not forgetting your own ideas and ambitions for yourself. All That Glitters is not gold would suggest that be careful of the objectives that you are setting. Make sure that they are grounded in reality and they're not too far-fetched. and to be realistic about your goals, but to go the distance as well. You know, um, and this would definitely relate to the Nine of Wands. And also be very much good advice for the Tower card. You will have to go the distance. You will need to be resilient. And we see you doing that anyway towards the end of the month with the Emperor card. The Emperor card does not budge for anyone. So yeah. And then we've got Loyal Heart, which again further confirms the soulmate situation. So, and with the Six of Cups here, you guys definitely have got a bond together. You are very loyal. There definitely is a connection here. And like I said, if there has been a breakup, your partner doesn't look back in anger. Your partner definitely sees you as something very positive for them, and they just remember all the happy memories if you have departed from the relationship. If you are together still, your partner's very committed, I feel, and they are thinking long term about the relationship, but there's just maybe some personal things or achievements that I feel you as individuals want to do or achieve whilst in a relationship, but just don't set your sights so high that they're really unattainable. You have to be kind of grounded to an extent in reality, be realistic. All that glitters also could be related to the Tower card where things in the past, or maybe this big change that's coming in, you may be very, very excited about it, but you just need to kind of be grounded. You just need to remain grounded and be realistic as much as you can and go the distance. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. If you'd like your own reading, you can email me at symbolsforliving@gmail.com. The details should be in the description box below. And otherwise, I guess I will see you in a moment. I'm going to do the Aquarius reading next. All right, take care. Bye.